Hello traders and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Harrison here. Welcome. We're looking at two stocks today. TEVA, symbol TEVA. That's TEVA Pharmaceuticals. It's a Israeli company. Gave us a buy signal. What's interesting, if you notice, this is a stock that's going up when the general market's going down. So that definitely wants your attention. So look at all of the trade triangles from the monthly 57.10, currently trading at 61.10. The weekly 61.62, so you can actually get it about 50 cents lower than where the original buy point was. And the risk right here is if it goes below 58. If it goes below 58, then you would be out and take a loss. But the reality is this stock looks like it wants to go higher. Very, very similar to what happened back here where we had a weekly. You can see how the market moved sideways. We had a weekly right here, and the market took off to the upside. I think we've had this sideways, a little trap to the downside, then a breakout here, and over the 50 line, which is another good sign, plus it was over the 50 line right here. So again, this looks like a good indication. If we scroll this down, clear the screen, if we scroll this down, you can see something else, is that on the MACD, which is a very good trend indicator as well, you can see how it's made that turn, made the cross right here, very similar to when it crossed right here. So again, even though the general market is screaming sell, 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 this may be an excellent buy for anyone that's interested to trade TEVA Pharmaceuticals. Next stock is OPKO Health, and you can see again we had the signal right here at 16.59. It's currently 16.51, so you can get it just a little bit lower than the original signal. The monthly came in at 8.39, so that's almost doubled that price since it came in right here. And you can see the type of formation that we're seeing is quite interesting. And a couple of things to look at. One is here's the original buy point. And you see how the market moved up nicely and then went into a sort of sideways consolidation phase. Try to figure people out with this weekly here, but it came right back here and the market moved up, then had another correction, and it's moving sideways. Now we've had another buy in the direction of the major trend, which is right here. This is the major trend from 8.89 on the monthly. The weekly just kicked in yesterday, so that's something to look at. Plus, you just went over the 50 line, which is another strong indication that this stock should be moving higher. So it looks very good for both OPKO and also for TEVA. However, it doesn't look so good for the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. We're minus 100, which means the trend is down. You know, we had the signal about 4 or 5 days ago on the end of June to be a seller of this particular index, indicating all of our indices were down at that point in time. It looks as though the market's trying to roll over. You can see now, remember, this has been a bull market for a long time, so it's just sort of rolling over to the downside. Can it get this low again? Absolutely. But one of the key levels to look at, in our opinion, is going to be the 17,000 level right here. So let's see how it holds up at that level. Again, we're currently trading at 17,518, and clearly the trend is on the sell side of the market today. Same way with the S&P 500. We had a signal in that index today at 2,048. The market's currently trading a little bit lower than that, pretty much around that same level, I should say. But again, you're sort of stuck in this sort of tight square, if you want to call it a square, just like this. It just isn't a super indicator that you want to go higher. Plus, you're pretty oversold here on the RSI. Not a strong fan of this right now, but I have to respect the trade triangles, which are minus 100, indicating the trend is down. And you would have been out of this market, by the way, at 2072 when a weekly kicked in, which is right here. So let's see how that plays out. A little bit different picture on the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq still has its monthly trade triangle intact, indicating the trend is positive, and you can see that's pretty much the case. You made new highs here, but you really didn't do that in some of the various indicators we follow. But again, you should be out of this market to minus 70 as a trading range. I think we gave you the key line in the sand yesterday, so that's something to look at. But generally speaking, the indexes, because of Greece, maybe China, maybe a lot of other things we don't even know about this in time, are indicating lower levels for the indexes. This is spot gold. Spot gold has not responded to anything whatsoever. It's just very negative. You can see our numbers here where we got short 1,180. That is some $30 ago, $32 ago. Last signal was 1163, so it's about $6 ago. So again, indicating negative trend. This is going to be the last holdout. This area right here is where the market should find support. If it's going to find support right around these levels right here. So it's not so far from there, but generally speaking, I think we could be getting close to a situation where it will begin to bottom out, but it may be at a lower level, maybe the 1148, 1150 area. So let's see how that plays out. The euro also under pressure. We broke the 110 level today, sort of finally realization that maybe things aren't quite so smooth and clean in Greece, and this market's been just going down. It's not a pure trend line at this point in time, because we don't have the 3 points that should be touching in this market. All of our trade triangles down, indicating the trend is lower. Lastly, on the crude oil, we've been bearish on crude oil since $58.32. It's not changed. We've actually caught a nice move down. Let's just close that into a much shorter picture. So there's where we got short right here at 58.32. And we use the weekly and the daily for timing, and you can see we've never had a daily since we had the weekly kick in. So that's over $6,000 in profit on just one contract, $6,500 as a matter of fact. So anyway, that's our update for today. I'm Adam Hewison for Market Club. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video. Every success in the market, and remember, the trade triangles show you the way. Have a great trading day, everyone.